This video is presented by EA Game Changers. Thank you to the EA Game Changers network for flying me out to Gamescom in Germany to capture some early tutorial footage for you guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to successfully score penalties on FIFA 18. And if you find this video useful, it would be awesome if you guys would support the video by hitting the like button and of course subscribing to my channel for more of this type of content. So I need to start with the main change to penalties from FIFA 17. In FIFA 17, you needed to start your player's run-up before powering up your shot, and a lot of the time, if you didn't hold the left analog stick directly upwards, you could quite easily give a hint to your opponent as to which way you were going to shoot. In FIFA 18, you will need to power up your shot before your player will begin his run towards the ball, meaning there is less of a tell of which way the kick will be placed. So after you've powered up your shot, your player is going to start running towards the ball. Now you can adjust your aim as always with the left analog stick to place the ball in whichever corner you want, and depending on the amount of power that you've already put on by powering that shot up will depend on how high the ball's going to go and of course in which direction depending on which way you've chosen to go. So this leads me on to the arrow system. Now the arrow assist is a very useful tool to use when learning the penalty system on this game. So when powering up your shots, the arrow is going to show you just how much power and height you've placed on the shot, as well as which direction you're going to hit the ball. The reason the arrow is super helpful when learning this early on is that it's literally going to tell you if you've put too much of an angle on the shot. You know, it's going to go yellow if there's a chance of the ball like hitting the post, hitting the woodwork, and it will go red if the shot is definitely not going to hit the target. So, from taking this information, you can start to learn like the muscle memory and stuff of how much of an angle to put on your shot for times when the arrow is not actually available online, such as FUT Champions. So now that you sort of know the basics about penalties and what's different from FIFA 17 to FIFA 18, it's time for me to let you know about every single type of penalty and every type of run-up and stuff like that. Let's get started. Now, of course, all of these are very similar to FIFA 17, but if you're like me, you can kind of get in like the mindset of only taking one style of penalty when there actually could be like more beneficial types to hit in certain scenarios. Like, for example, if you get into a penalty shootout at the end of a FUT Champions Weekend League game, you might want to hit some different styles of penalties in order to throw the goalkeepers off. So in terms of actual penalty styles, you have the regular penalty where you literally power up the shot as normal and don't do anything different than that. You also have the finesse penalties where you would hold R1 if you're on the PlayStation or RB on Xbox at the time of powering up your shot. What this is going to do is add more curve, but seems to be less power on the shot. That can be more difficult to save if you've placed it in the corner nicely, or of course more easily saved if the goalkeeper like guesses the right way or you've not placed the shot very well. Now the other type of penalty you can take is a chip penalty. So if you hold the L1 button or the LB button at the time of powering up your shot, your player's going to chip the ball instead of hitting it with any kind of power. Now this can either be like a really cheeky penalty to just rub it in your opponent's face, or of course it could be extremely easily saved and be one of the most embarrassing penalties that you've taken on FIFA. So those right there are the different sort of shot types you can do with penalties. But there's also like a variety of extras you can add to these to help like throw the goalkeeper off and generally give you like more of a chance of scoring and just, you know, adding a bit of style to your penalties. So we have the normal run up. This is where you don't adjust anything and you literally power up and hit like a regular penalty. That's up to you. That's nothing out of the ordinary. You can also do a sprinting run up where you hold the sprint button, so R2 or RT, after powering up your shot, and your player's going to reach the ball quicker. He's literally going to sprint towards the ball, giving the goalkeeper less time to think about which direction to dive. And of course, you kind of need to know in your head which way you're going to go as well, because you're going to have less time before your player hits the ball. In the past, I found this a very, very good way to just literally scare the keeper right off the bat. He has less time to think about it, and I seem to score a lot of my sprinting run-up penalties. You've also got like the run-up stutter. So if you press L2 or LT whilst you're running towards the ball, your player's going to take that little stutter to make the goalkeeper flinch a little bit. That's going to give you like an idea of maybe which way he's going to dive. You could then adjust the aim of your penalty accordingly, but of course you're not going to have much time to do so. But it's another way to sort of just make the goalie flinch and, again, unsettle the goalkeeper before you hit your shot. Instead of just pressing that L2 or LT button to do the stutter, if you hold it, the player will hit that stutter like straight off the bat. And then he's going to continue to move like really slowly towards the ball. And that's going to give you more time to plot your penalty out. But vice versa, it's going to give the keeper more time to suss you out. Now, on top of all of these types of penalties, you've got the different types of stances and run-ups that you can take towards these shots as well. So by moving the right analog stick either forwards, backwards, left and right, you're going to be able to adjust the run-up of your shot, helping again to throw that goalkeeper off a little bit more than normal. Penalties are, of course, very tense situations to be in. So if you're taking the extra bit of time to like get a slightly longer run up or run up from the side or straighten up your run up, the goalkeeper's probably going to start to get a bit nervous. So you can mix and match all of these different penalty types and combos and run ups, which gives you a huge amount of variety in FIFA 18. So obviously last year we had to make the run up before we would power up our shots. And if you held left or right, you could really arc your runs on the game, which would give it a massive tell to the goalkeeper as to which way you're going to go. This year, there is a tell that I found, and it's slightly less like obvious than before, and I think it's going to be quite a fun one to sort of get your head around. No pun intended, but it is actually to do with the head movement of the player taking the penalty. So there seems to be a slight tell as to which way it's going to be struck. If you look closely at the penalty taker's head when he's aiming at goal, his head's going to move in the same direction as the arrow. So I'm sort of showing you here by flicking the arrow like left and right, and you can see the player's head moving, right? If the keeper spots this, you can use it to your advantage to help save the shot, right? So, however, if the taker switches his direction at the last minute, it can effectively bluff the goalkeeper into diving the wrong way. So it's got its pros and cons for both sides. Again, it just leads to like more variation in the penalty system, and I really like that. So there you have it, guys. Everything that you need to know about how to score penalties in FIFA 18. I hope you found this video useful. Now go on out into the world of FIFA 18. Bluff the goalkeepers, take long run-ups, and then hit that cheeky Panenka straight down the middle of the goal. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.